Hello and welcome to Unit 2 of Health 135 for this summer semester. So what I'm going to do for the remainder of the summer is I'm going to do an introduction video to each unit, but I'm going to open everything that goes along with that unit at one time. So Unit 2 is covering 2 weeks. So you're going to find when you go into the course content folder that you're going to see week 2 and week 3. But as long as everything is done by the end of week 3 before we move on to Unit 3, then you're fine. I think this might help, especially if people want to kind of get a little bit ahead. So everything that you need for that particular unit is going to be in the course content folder. So Unit 1 was really just kind of an introduction to health, safety, nutrition with young children, and it gave us the opportunity to get to know each other. Thank you so much for the detailed discussion board postings and your responses to each other. It's absolutely amazing to me that even in an online setting, we can really still have the feel of a face-to-face because of the fact that everyone is interacting. So keep up the good work, and I look forward to your discussion board postings in Unit 2. So if you go into Blackboard, what you're going to see now for Unit 2 is, as I said, everything's going to be set up the same way. So I've got a few notes, a little parody for you just to kind of make you smile. Here are the 2 weeks that you're going to have for Unit 2. And then I have split it up into 2 weeks with everything separate for things that are in week 2 and things that are in week 3. However, if you want to take care of both week 2 and week 3 in the second week, then that's totally up to you. But for those of you who kind of wanted to pace yourself week by week, you can still do it this way. So what you're going to find in this unit is we're really starting to look at children's health, different medical conditions, the importance of daily health observations, how to control infectious diseases and illnesses in the classroom. So when you go into each week's folder, you're going to find exactly the same way that it was in Unit 1. Everything that you need for that particular week is going to be in the required reading, viewing, and this is a short little video for you to watch because you're going to need it for the discussion board posting. Under the assignments and assessments, what you're going to find, here's the discussion board posting that goes along with that particular video. But for this unit, what your assignment is going to be is creating a growth brochure or flyer. Basically, most people create it either in Microsoft Word, Publisher, anything where you can kind of create a brochure. So there's a tutorial here about how you can create it, but basically what you're doing is you want to create something that you could give to families that kind of highlights the different milestones that children are meeting at the different ages. So you need to make sure that you focus on infants, focus on toddlers, focus on preschool, early school age. And when you look in your chapter, you're going to find that it gives you some great resources. The only thing that I am going to make sure that you do is any information that you take, whether it's from the textbook, if you go and find additional information, please make sure to cite it because you are taking somebody else's content. But this is your opportunity to be creative. As long as you meet the requirements of the assignment, it's fine. But I really like for students to think of these classes as the opportunity to create things that they're actually going to use. And I do think that this is really helpful because sometimes parents aren't aware of what kinds of physical things are happening at the different stages, and they might worry that their child is behind in something. And so when we can create something that just kind of bullet points what's going to be happening at the different ages, I think it's really helpful for parents to be able to see in black and white. This is going to be due by the end of the unit, so you do have 2 weeks to work on this. And so you're going to see the grading rubric here, and then this link right down here is where you can submit it. You'll also find this link in week three's folder because it is due by the end of that week. So again, this is just an opportunity for you to take the information that you're learning about children's health and put it into a readable format for families. So just make sure that you look through the tutorial, because I think that will kind of help you a little bit, but have fun with it. Don't stress over it. I really want you to just think of this as something that you are going to be able to use in the future. But that really is the main emphasis of Unit 2, which is going to be, again, on children's health. And so I'm hoping that all of the information from the textbook, as well as the short videos that I'm going to have you watch, are going to give you some of that background information that you can use to be able to help families as well. But again, if you look into the Unit 2, then you're going to find that Unit 3 is set up the exact, or Week 3 is set up the exact same way. Here's what you need to read and view, chapters 4 and 5. And then when you go to the assignments, you are going to be watching a short video on the daily health observation, and just as a reminder to make sure that you submit your growth brochure or flyer by the due date. So I think that that takes care of Unit 2. So again, what I'm planning on doing is for each unit having a video to introduce everything that's in there, any assignments that you have. But you have the entire span of that particular unit to get everything that needs to be done completed. So keep up the good work. I hope you enjoyed this unit. Unit 3, we're going to be moving on to safety. So we are going to be looking at different aspects, again, of health, safety, and nutrition in young children as we go throughout this course. So have a great week, great 2 weeks as you're going through this unit, and I will see you in Unit 3.